It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, and today we are going to be doing a Risk of Rain character tier list. Now first up to bat is Huntress. Now Huntress has good damage capabilities. Her M1 and M2 absolutely decimate enemies. However, she is squishy. Any enemy attacking her in the vicinity will knock her out. So with that, we're going to put her in B tier. Next, we're going to talk about Bandit. Now, Bandit has great escapability. He dips faster than names in my head when somebody tells me their name. His ultimate is a good damage output. His M1 is really good for proc chances, but his M2 is absolutely useless. So with that, we're going to drop him into A tier. Next, we're going to talk about Multi, and his name kind of explains itself. He's highly versatile. He's got a big arsenal that you can use to damage enemies. He is quite slow. His mobility is absolutely garbage, but he can RP as a race car. So we're going to give him an S tier. Next, we're going to move on to Acrid. Now, Acrid, his damage output is absolutely garbage. It's a lot of damage over time, and is basically useless against anything that's ranged. Now, he has decent mobility. He can hop like a frog, and granted, I would love to be able to hop like a frog like he does, but his other utility abilities are just absolutely trash. So with that, we're going to give him an F tier. The next character up to bat is Red Among Us from the hit play Among Us musical full version. Approximately 27 seconds. Did you see him? It was a little quick. It was right there. That's him. That's him in the game. That's also him in Risk of Rain. So Red Among Us has some good proc ability. It means he attacks very quickly. He's got a good dash that can get him in and out of trouble. His ultimate absolutely decimates enemies. The only complaint I really have of him is that his M2 is absolutely trash, absolutely garbage. We're going to put him into A tier. The next character lets you roleplay as a cool anime sword-bearing ninja. His name's Mercenary, and he wields a sword. He has really good mobility, and his ultimate lets him go invulnerable for a couple seconds. So with his high rate of attack and good mobility, I'm going to have to toss him into B tier. Now, there are many Pokemon games out there where you play as Pokemon. You got your Pokemon mystery detective stuff. Sorry, I'm just getting flashbacks of Detective Pikachu. That stuff is cursed. If you want to watch a cursed movie, that's what you want to watch. But I digress. So Mewtwo can fly, a high damage output, big area of effect. The thing is that those defined pectorals and thick tail do nothing to ward off damage output from enemies. So with that, let me check the official records. Mewtwo is going into C tier. The next character we have is quite a masochist. His name is Rex. A lot of his abilities do damage to himself, but his M1 regains that health, and his ultimate, but his ultimate still does damage to himself. Mid's character, if you can't get the right items, if you don't have the artifact command, it's absolutely pointless. So we're going to toss him into C tier because if you don't have the items, he's absolutely unplayable. Following this masochistic character, we have Freddy Fazbear, most famously known from his appearance in Freddy Fazbear Among Us Minecraft parody. I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. It's a great time. But what he does, he locks down an area pretty well. He drops down his golden Freddys, and his golden Freddys carry all of the items that he has. He throws down little mines that absolutely decimate enemies. His mobility is quite lacking, however, even though he can hover, he can float. I don't know how. It must be the demonic powers, but with that, his lockdown is just too good. We're gonna toss him up to A tier. Scout from TF2. Off the bat, his damage output is weak. He has his M2 is a stun, but it really doesn't matter if you can't get that damage output out there. I couldn't get his ultimate to work. I think he's broken. Developers, please fix Scout from TF2. But he does have great mobility. His base speed is probably the highest in the game, and his boost just makes him untouchable. His animation is severely lacking. I mean, you don't even have a run animation. You don't even have really an attack animation, a die animation. He just stands there. So developers, I'm really disappointed with this character. I'm gonna have to toss him into F tier. Actually, he's got some really good lore in the Team Fortress 2. So we're gonna put him up to A tier just because of the lore implications. So it looks like up next we have. We're gonna put this up to. Actually, you know, we're gonna do this. Yep. Quality character. There's really nothing more to say about that. Last but not least, we have Captain. Now Captain has two really big damage bursts. Yeah, really good. Two good abilities that have good damage bursts. Just overall a great leader. You know, really, you know, highly respected. Power stance. A lot of their abilities, you know, help the team either stunning enemies or healing them. Just a great character. You know, I'd like to see a little bit more movement, and your attack speed's a little slow. Now, Captain does have a red item straight off the bat that takes out projectiles as they come towards you. At the same speed of like their attack speed. So with that, we're gonna have to bump them up to A tier. So this is my ranking. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm just gonna be playing.